Oh, hello, folks. Hey, hey, hey. How we doing? Okay. Well, welcome, everyone. Let me switch us over. Okay. Let me just see if this YouTube command is working. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay. Right. Sweet, because I wanted to make sure people could access the reveals video who didn't get to see it earlier. Awesome. All right, well, let's just get to playing. And then maybe when we have more folks around, we'll talk some Dark Angel stuff. But I hope everybody's doing well. Okay. Against Titus. So he's just going to beat us down. I don't think Spawnum's terribly helpful all the time, but it's generally pretty good. Yeah, I think this is keepable. I think this is a tough matchup. Definitely taking Hellfire Pit. I mean, I guess I could take Torch for... You know what? I'll take Torch because we have the Venom Crawler in our hand. It's pretty ideal. There we go. Oh, cool. Just move this over a little bit. Yeah, so we're just going to get beat down a little bit. And hopefully we should be able to recover. Okay, Stern Guard is fine. Just take this out for now. Also, having the host for after Venom Crawler is pretty insane. So that's good. Hey, Calypso. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a little while. I hope you're doing all right. Okay, great. Doing nothing there is good. I mean, I think we could develop here. It's pretty tempting to, but spoilers is just going to make this game even harder for them to play to the board. We're behind on life, but we're not so far behind. Great. So that we can pretty easily clear. So that's what we're going to do. Take a little bit of damage here, but I think that's okay. Not the best. Wish we had gotten camo or resilience. That would have been better, but it's okay. So yeah, for those who don't know, BJ the Brave usually does Forge Clash, like testing decks against each other, till whoever wins with all decks. With Ecclesiarch, they've done that for a while. But just with stuff going on with Ecclesiarch, BJ, I asked if they wanted to run it with me, and so yeah, so I'll be recording that after this, which should be fun. Just playing against each other in a more kind of competitive way. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. I think we're just going to slam Venom Crawler here. I don't have to. But these attacking Venom Crawler together is not going to make a huge difference. And I think I just want to develop it because it's going to make everything better moving into the next turn. Oh, that's good, Calypso. Breaks are good. I understand. Hey, Tyler. Yes, I'm really excited to play Friday. I'm not going to really be able to play much Thursday, but I think I'll be able to stream Friday for a little bit. So that should be good. Okay, yeah, that's going to clear. That is pretty good. They're going to take damage to do it at the very least. They don't have many cards left. But yeah, they pretty much have to do that because it's going to get way harder for them. So I think we'll do some developing ourselves here. And be mindful of the blast. I don't think I need to start attacking yet. I've also got a lot of damage in her hand. But yeah, I'd be happy before I get off today around in 2 hours. I'll talk, we could talk through some of the reveals, which I think would be fun. I always enjoy doing that on the first day. Okay. Yeah, so they trade there, gain 1 life. They're gonna hit there. Okay. That's fine. How would I like to play this? I definitely want to develop the Talon, so I think I like doing it this way. I can't really get the mark on this, though. That's the only unfortunate piece. So I guess just hit. Use this hate to clear this out. And then we've got a lot we can do next turn. But yeah, so I'm playing Galeron, Warshaper, and Titus. Those are my 3 decks. Okay, well this will be easy to take out with Spawndom. Do you get to hit us here? Oh, it didn't attack. Okay. It's also good, but I think the way I want to do this is like this. Gets 3 on it. We spawn them. These 2 will take this out. I will take off the shields. And then I think we'll just host after that. See what... Okay, we got that. Okay. So hit. And then I'll try and get this to regen, because I still have what I need for Venom Crawler next turn. But this is probably just dead. Could I have set up lethal that turn? It would have been 16. I think I was 1 point shy. But I should have thought about that a little bit more. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's no, they're just spoilers. So put 3 on this. I think let's Helldrake into Chosen. What's my other option? And then I can probably go off with Venom Crawler plus Traitor Satan next turn. This is a pretty good shot of clearing. It's not guaranteed, though. Yeah, I don't think I want to take the risk. Okay. The next turn, as long as it's not a flyer, we have a very good response. But Trader's Hate plus Venom Crawler plus Murderous Desires does it. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Mika Puck. You know, it's hard to say about the Dark Angels so far because just like the whole questing secrets thing is so different. But yeah, I'll give you some thoughts after I finish this. Alright, I think we're just straight up doing this. And then what can I do? I think yeah. This, and then we'll play Warp Talon. Should be a pretty good setup going into this turn. Yeah, I mean, some of their cards seem very well statted. We can see some of the synergy. I think the big question mark for me is like how reliably can secrets be like retrieved from your deck? With some of the like the legendary warlord and some of the other support cards, it looks like you can do it pretty easily. Or not, I shouldn't say easily, but there are ways to enable it, and so they might be the scariest late game faction, which is saying something compared to Sisters. Alright, so I think, let's see, play this for 6. This gets discounted to 1. Discounted 3. Yeah. No, that's the safest way is just do it this way. Everything plus. Yep. And that'll do it. 60 plus UM packs since the raid. Single new app. You know, I have noticed, Tyler, that seems to come true fairly often. I think I opened 30 for Ultramarines, or a little bit more. Did not hit a single epic. And then when we got the Sisters reinforcement, it was the same for me. So maybe it's a bug. Because I feel like it happens more than it should, you know. It's kind of odd. But yeah, what are people thinking of Dark Angels so far? I think just looking at some of the reveals, I mean, the whole secret like questing stuff, if it feels like it's supposed to operate better than Faith. When Faith was first released, it was kind of clear that was going to be tough. It seems like with questing, it's a lot easier to achieve. There are a lot of cards that enable getting your quest points. The question is like, is the payoff worth it? And I'm not sure. I really don't know that we can say without playing the cards. But there's stuff with like good stats, you know, and with like teleport is kind of nice. Like if you get that RNG, but there is a lot of RNG, so that's what makes me a little just looking at some of the cards on Discord, a little bit suspect. You know. Hopefully we get a counter on the side so we know. Yes. Yeah, Tyler, I have to think we just get like a Faith counter, a questing counter, because that would be crazy if we had to track that. That's like Magic the Gathering status when they would release stuff and you're like have to actually physically track it. which was never very fun. Do you guys want to talk about Dark Angel cards? I can pull them up. If anyone did not get to see some of the reveals. But I can also do that later. Either way, doesn't matter to me. Guy who shoots for 3. Yeah, the epic that I revealed. That's what you're talking about, Tyler, right? The here, I'll just pull these up while we're talking. Where is it? YouTube. And then I just gotta add a new window capture. Alright, yeah. Source, and we'll do. Come on. Discord is here. Or is it easier to do display? Sure, I could do display capture. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, happy to look over some of these. I didn't really look at creeds yet, because I think he posted them. But yeah, so these effects, right? So the chaplain 333, just kind of medium in terms of stats. But yeah, choose a card from your deck and put it at the top of your deck. So this is obviously very good with secrets, but it's also pretty decent, right? It's a 3-drop that fixes your next draw to some degree. So that might just be good enough even without secrets. Because I don't know how reliably you can even put secrets in by the time you're playing this card. But yeah, he's definitely doing what he's sort of supposed to be doing. Then there's this legendary card, Deathwing Assault. Very cool art. Give +2/+2 and +2 health to your troops, and trigger their teleport abilities. I don't think we've seen a ton of teleport, because I know that that's more of like a Terminator ability. Yeah, the artwork is pretty sweet. This does look excellent. So how good is this card itself? I mean, it's good if you can build a bit of a wide board. Just giving these stats, right, and like minus the teleport is quite a bit, right? Just a big kind of anthem effect. Hey, Mason. Yes, it does enable the teleport for this guy. Yeah, and then you have cards like Inner Circle, right? Choose a card from your deck, put it at the top of your deck. It costs 1 less. Choose only gives you 3 options. So you're seeing 10% of your deck, right? But if you're reliably putting secrets in, the thing is, although this puts it on top of the deck, I think drawing it would be obviously noticeably better. So that might be, but the secrets are also really freaking strong. So they probably didn't want to put it too much power on that. Desperate Mission, I love the draw pod. Draw 3 troops, they cost 2 less this turn. There are quite a lot of cheap flankers in this set, especially if you maybe go vehicle heavy. So I could see Desperate Mission being decent in those builds. There are 2-drop flankers that could be, reduced to 0, or 3 costs that reduce to 1. But it is only this turn, so that's like a pretty big drawback. But yeah, so then there's the Deathwing Strike Master. Sick stuff going on here. Pretty beefy stats. And then Teleport, give it +1/+1 and just +1 across the board to all of your units. So even if you just play this, then you're going to get a 7/5/7 for 6 with armor. So that's pretty beefy. Because teleport. That's why it's at the top of your deck so that you can enable teleport. Right. Thank you, Mason. I didn't know what teleport did because I didn't see Creed's post, but that makes sense. These were Ecclesiarchs, right? Yeah. So Interrogator Chaplain, 4/2/5. It's like stats are like kind of whatever. Whenever an enemy dies, gain 1 quest point. So it's like a little bit more aggressively bent, I feel like. I'm not in love with the stat line. I don't know if this is enough. But I guess this could be good if you have some sort of board clear. And then you play this and then get like 1,000,000 quest points in certain board states. Hey, Lord. Which one's Insane Link game? The guy we were just looking at. Yeah. What else do we see? Which is a common stratagem, destroy an enemy troop, gain 2. This might be decent in draft. Yeah, but all of these secrets, yeah, refill all your energy, draw a troop for 2. It's pretty nuts. Destroy an enemy troop, stun adjacent units. Also really good. And then Hunt the Fallen, I feel like is pretty good just because of secrets, right? Draw 2 cards for each troop drawn, gain a quest. So that's why you have all these cards to set up top card. Exactly, Tyler. Yeah, I didn't get that at first. Yeah, I didn't understand that. I was like, wait, why? I didn't realize that teleport has that condition. What else is this guy? Strike. Gain 1 quest. 3/3/3. It's like a decent stat line. Problem is strike, right? So like you play it and then they can kill it and you get nothing. But obviously it's a common card. It's not supposed to be terribly strong. What are some of the other ones? There's mine. If people didn't see, you can hit especially on Twitch, if you just type !YouTube, you can see the reveal video there. So like, yeah, there's a lot of these cheap kind of vehicle flankers. Ravenwing Bikes is kind of nice because if you don't have a great flanking target for it that they have on board, then you can just play it and get agenda off and get that 1 quest. Black Knight, just a really good body, right? It's Inceptor. But on the ground. But also, if you slay something, if it manages to live, you get that quest. I feel like Black Knight is just going to be pretty staple. Just a good flanker. Yeah, also good to teleport. And yeah, absolutely. I want to see what the other teleport cards are. Ravenwing Champion seems cool. I mean, also like gaining the 1 quest up front is probably decent. The Landspeeder Vengeance just seems like a decent flanker as well as a vehicle. You know, nothing too crazy, but 5 ranged. I mean, they seem to be a little bit more statted towards range, so that's pretty good into certain matchups, especially like Tyranids. Tech Marine's kind of cool. Yeah, the art does look kind of weird on this card. I don't know why. But there are I think plenty of 4-drops. So I feel like you're obviously only going to run this if you're really leaning into vehicles. And then Deadly Hunters, I think is like after reflecting a little bit, I think it is going to be pretty good. Oh yeah, thanks, Mason. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think they want to get to late game, right? Because secrets are just so freaking strong. So it's going to be interesting to have another contender for the late game spot. You know, it used to be that orcs were kind of the end all be all when it came to late game. Will of Gork, Rock Invasion. But then Sisters came along, and Sisters kind of bullied them out of that. And now I'm curious if Dark Angels can really compete with Sisters in the late game, with their secrets, you know. Epic Commander doesn't need. Yeah, they. It seems like questing is or secrets are pretty well supported with all of the card draw and deck manipulation. So that it's not just like RNG. Yeah, the Tech Marine's a little weird. I don't know if that's just like the weird rendering on the card. Hey, Mineral. Yes. Doing a little chill stream before I record with BJ this afternoon. Feels like the legendary one drop. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't played much HHL, so sadly I'm not too keen on all of that. Right, and then these were BJ's. Yeah, Asmodai. Yeah, I mean, he can just quest every turn, which is like so powerful, and then be able to quest an additional, right? Deal 1 damage. If the target survives, gain 1. So when it says deal 1 damage, like this is 1 damage to their warlord, right? Which is going to survive. So you essentially can gain 2 quests on turn 1. Yeah, it does look like there is a weird filter on the Tech Marine. I had put my own filters a little bit in the video just to highlight some of it, but that one kind of came out weird. So yeah, I mean, Asmodai just seems like you can quest twice per turn, basically. Because you ping their warlord for 1, get a quest, because it survives. And then you just quest yourself with agenda. Yeah, the legendary one. Yeah, I don't think we have that in reveals. I will check though. But yeah, I know that it's yeah, it's like an Orican ability. So Inner Circle seems nice. You can either just have this like trade with a unit after stealthing it, or you can get the agenda off and like protect, and then getting 2 quest points for 1 card is decent. But the RNG is kind of heavy in it. I like all the card selection. Yeah, the RNG is heavy, and so it's really going to be interesting to see how consistent you can get the faction to be. This is probably going to be like Sisters in the sense that you need to have all the strongest cards together, and when you have them all together, they're at a certain power level, but when you're collecting them, the decks are probably not going to function terribly well. That would be my guess. So agenda it's like duty or prey in a sense. So it happens when you have a legal attack target and you choose not to attack. But the effect happens immediately, and it's not like duty, so you can keep using your agenda. Flood my Discord. Yeah, go for it, Mineral. I appreciate your Discord flooding. Got their Blade Guard veteran, which is pretty well statted here. 5251. And then agenda, give armor 2 to another unit until your next turn, so you can, help your warlord out, maybe, or you can also just make this armor 3 the following turn. Like, this thing, if you don't kill it, is going to give so much value, I think, in just gumming up the board. Even with the lopsided attack stats, armor 3 is pretty nasty on a Vanguard unit. Oh, fave card is Blade Guard? Yes. Yes, it's pretty sick. I mean, how could you not like it, The art is amazing. So yeah, it's clear they want to get to the late game. This is not going to be some sort of like aggro tempo faction. I don't think it works that way. So it'll be interesting to see between the warlords, how things operate. Wages of Retribution for the rest of this battle. When an enemy dies, again, this to me feels like the weakest of the ones we've seen. Like, you're essentially getting nothing when you play this card unless you're like clearing a unit. And then yes, for the rest of the game, as you're clearing units, you're getting a quest point, but like, you're not getting a unit out of this. You're not getting board control out of this. And so maybe they've made this kind of underpowered because they don't they don't need a bonus. But this, like the floor of this card is pretty low, I think. Oh, is it other units? To another. Okay, yes. Thank you, Tyler. Okay, so it can't buff itself. It has to be your warlord or another unit. Got it, got it. That would be kind of insane. Tech Marine plus Blade Guard. Veteran put in a vehicle, yeah. Yeah, wages is a pretty major setback in tempo. That is not going to guarantee you that much accumulation of questing points. So I'm not sure about this one. I am not sure. What else we got? And then we got some more secret cards. Yeah, this the Rapacious Hunger one is like, oh boy, pretty nasty. Where are the other reveals? I guess they just haven't made it to the channel yet. Let me see. Sorry for my scrolling. Look away. Okay. Right, so here's the epic guy. Right, Belial, I think is how you pronounce it. Looks sick with the Terminator armor, right? Sort of what it looks like. So slay, draw the next troop in your deck. So this is interesting. So I mean, this could be quite powerful, right? Draw the next troop in your deck. So this also sets up teleport. And yeah, so it doesn't set up secrets because it says troop. And slay, I mean, the fact that your warlord gets rewarded for taking out a unit, because obviously your warlord is surviving. And you just have to make sure that if you pair a unit plus your warlord is the one finishing it off. So that, I mean, that's pretty generically good. I mean, they basically have to not play troops on the board, kind of like how you play into Galaron. So you're not like feeding him steam, but at some point you're going to have to play to the board. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what? Let me try and fix this real quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me get rid of the display capture. I don't know why. Sometimes Streamlabs just wants to be really annoying. Like it should pick up my Discord here. Hold on 1 sec, guys. Maybe it's screen capture? Is that gonna work? Oh yes. Nope. There we go. Okay, so hold on. I don't know. Let's see if I can make this better for you guys. And then I'll put let me see if I can. Okay. How does this look? I don't know if it's too small. Slay. Yeah, totally a teleport warlord. Yeah. What is his ability? Master of the Deathwing. Give +2 melee and armor 2 to your warlord this turn. Okay. So you get to beat them for 3 if they just don't fight for the board. And you take 1. So this is kind of like the aggro mid-range warlord, it seems like. He is the Slay King. He is the Slay King. Where's the legendary? Okay, here we go. Azrael. Agenda. Choose a card from your deck and put it at the top of your deck. So you can just agenda every turn. 40 health. So he's going to go late pretty easily. And then what's Supreme Grandmaster? Give +1/+1 to your troops. If you don't control any, create an intercessor in your hand. What is an intercessor? Do we know? I think we do. It's probably like a cheap unit. Oh, I didn't see this. Steadfast Warriors give armor 2 to all friendly units until your next turn. Okay. Alright, so he creates a unit, which is also really nice. I'm not sure where it is. Oh, you sent... Oh. Thank you. Oh my god, you're the best, Mineral. You're the best. Okay, so you get this little intercessor that gains you a quest when it comes into play? Okay. So the game starts. You get to Orokin your first turn, and then you make a 2/2 that quests for you. And then they kill it, and then you do it again. And so basically you're going to start questing. Oh my god. This seems crazy good. No? This seems like... This is doing so much to set you up. You're getting quest. They're having to spend life to kill these. Potentially kill these things. I guess they don't have to. But then this will just grow the next turn. God, you put your opponent in such a weird spot because if they don't remove the intercessor, it gets bigger. And if they do remove the intercessor, they get another one and they get a quest. So it's just like you're getting turbo value while you're also fixing the top of your deck for teleport and for secrets. What the heck? That just seems so insane. Oh, yes, thank you. Meryl, you just know. You know what we needed. Okay, so then we have some of these other guys. Asriel should have 30 HP, not 40. Honestly, you might be right. Like 40 plus all of that? Like, what are you going to do? You're just going to basically like... Yeah, I don't know. That seems really overtuned to me. Like, there's no bad part of that warlord at all. I don't know. Right. And then there's this common guy that's like kind of whatever. I don't think that's much. Right. Convoke the circle. Draw 3 cards, lower their cost by 3. Jesus. Jeez, these secrets are going to be really freaking nasty, man. Faction's going to be so fun in draft. Yeah, they probably will be, Tyler. Yeah. Master Lazarus, this guy is also just got a ton. 4 energy, 5/3/5, 1 armor. And then you can agenda the following turn. If they can't kill him, you can trigger teleport and slay effects of a friendly unit, gain +1. But honestly, you'll probably just bash with this. I mean, this is just a stat stick with upside. Okay, so that's that. And then, right's a penance, +5/+5. And invulnerable to a friendly. Oh my god. You know, I remember looking at sabotages and being like, this is probably going to be good, but it's hard to envision. I feel like based off that kind of experience, obviously this operates differently, but I don't know. I feel like this is also going to be pretty powerful. But yeah, the question is how consistently can you do it? And then there's, I love this guy. Yeah, 2/3/3 stealth, and then slay, gain 1 quest. This is real. This is just a great troop. I think every deck will probably play this. Well, I guess maybe some of the late game decks don't care as much, but like being able to play this cheaply after they've deployed something and then like guarantee that slay is pretty slay. Oh, hey, Blight, inner circle companion. Did I miss that guy? I don't know if I missed that. Who else do we not? Right, Steadfast Warriors, give armor 2. And then, right, Unforgiven Redemptor. 7-1-6-6 armor. Yeah, when you gain a quest, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Yeah, this seems like kind of whatever. It's also common though. It's decent in draft though. Just the stats are good. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, Azrael just seems like he's doing like an infinite amount of things. Because if you think about like how, what's the other guy? The one that BJ revealed, the rare one. Yes, you can get 2 quests per turn, but this is like not only allowing you to get 1 quest generally per turn, but you're also like fixing the top of your deck and applying something to the board. Like this is just like hits every value like metric. Considering I can carry. Well said, Mineral. Well said. You know, it is really sad, Lord of Squirrels. Yeah, I am sad that Dreadnoughts are not better than they are. I agree. Oh yeah, Mineral. Thanks for. Yeah, we took a look at these a little bit. But yeah, Chaplain is going to be great, or probably will be good enough for both of the. Um, well, I guess maybe it's more of an Azrael card. Yeah, Deathwing Assault. I kind of want to see more teleport stuff. There's not that much. Deathwing Strike Master. This guy's sick. There's Inner Circle. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Right. Hey, High Volt 58. Welcome. Spending 3 for that Intercessor. Hey, BJ. What's up, man? Happy reveal day, my friend. Just taking a look at some of the cards together. Or at least a Dreadnought Warlord. That would be sick. That would actually be nuts. Yeah, so is the Legendary Warlord just absolutely like insane? This seems wild to me. It's just nuts. Inner Circle Champion. Oh yeah, right. Asmodai is good too. I just think that the other two have like a lot going on. Right, companion. Yeah, this guy seems sweet. Getting the 2 questing too. Oh, BJ, you think he's the weakest? Wow. This is why it's good to collaborate, everybody, because it's easy to just stick with the opinion that you've formed. I guess my thinking is like this ability just seems excellent to me because you're getting that quest, right? Like you're making a thing, you're questing, you're fixing your deck for teleport and secrets. You got 40 health. Looked at it once. Well, oh yeah, because you're in the office today. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, folks. I gotta say, I'm pretty hyped. I really am pretty hyped. Yeah, Asmodee. Is it Asmodee or Asmodee? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he's very straightforward. Um, I'm interested, like the Slay Lord, Mr. Slay, Belial is interesting. Kind of like I said, like has that Galaron effect where you don't really want to play to the board, but then he can just like smack you for a 3-1 trade early game. But I think as oh my god, there's Azrael and there's Asmodee. Azrael just feels like it's got a lot going on to me. Oh, it's create in hand. Why did I think it was on play? Okay, so got it, got it. Okay. Yeah, I know. I also, I mean, I love talking about it with you guys because it helps me digest too. It's in your hand, right? But he can't attack if he uses it. His talent is just okay. 40 HP is warranted. Okay, so turn one, you fix the top of your hand. You Supreme Grandmaster. Intercessor goes into your hand. Next turn, you can do the same thing. Get another Intercessor in your hand. Then play the Intercessor you got from turn one. I mean, that still seems really good to me. But I guess, yeah, you're not always able to guarantee wanting to set up the Intercessor to get the quest. I don't know, though. That still just seems like with the bonus health. Hey, Gogros. I feel like this is just, it's got a lot of play to it, right? Also, if you develop the board, you can obviously just pump your troops. It's only for oh no, it's permanent. Give +1 and +1 to your troops. That's a permanent buff. Okay, so yeah, this is like Letharius, right? But it's both. Yeah, this, I feel like this guy's got to be sick. You have his agenda. Yes, yes. The agenda is definitely really synergistic. Yeah, it is nice. I agree, Tyler. I feel the same way. Oh, sure, BJ, you wanna? Yeah, let me. Yeah, we can chat. I need to disable this. Put myself on Do Not Disturb. But yeah, BJ, if you just want to call me whenever, we can. I'm happy to chat with. I'll chat with you, and then we'll chat with chat. It'll be great. Yeah, it's a lot of information to digest, that's for sure. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how are we doing?
Doing all right, man. How are you?
Oh, hold up. I need to put your. I need to put stream on mute. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I can wait. No, I can share so you have the not lag version if that's better.
Yeah, go on. Go on then.
I'll do that.
That might be easy. Yeah, that might be easy. Might. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's better. As you can see.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
Wait.
I can't. I'm bad at navigating things. Okay, that's just gonna be there. Yeah, is there anything you wanted to talk about in particular?
So. Oh, I'm getting an echo back now. Hold up, what's going on?
Oh, just mute my stream if you're on it.
No, your stream is muted.
Oh. Oh, do I need to? Why is this so hard? It shouldn't be that hard.
I think just do a voice call and just. I'm watching your stream. There might be a slight lag, but it's not a long time, is it?
Okay, that's fine. Do that.
Yeah. So okay, the echo's gone now.
Okay, so it was just from the.
Yeah. So you think the? So to be honest, I've literally just got in, and I've been trying to keep glance at these all the things. The thing I thought about Azrael, I really like Belial. The thing I was wondering about Azrael is we've got. I mean, obviously, 40 health is 40 health, right? 40 health is good.
Yeah.
But we've got Orican in the game, right? And his ability is very similar. It only costs 1, and it allows you to choose a card and put it to the top of the deck, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, in the Dark Angels, we're going to be looking. There's some pretty devastating options to put to the top of your deck, and some much more synergistic things Although scarabs are fairly synergistic, but putting a teleport card to the top, or putting a what's the other one? The secrets, obviously, to the top is going to be a huge deal because those secrets are so powerful. So
Yeah.
you could say it's slightly better, but my thoughts are we've already got that ability in the game, and outside of scarabs, it's not a widely used warlord, and that only costs 1. And that 1 has massive synergy because it's usually an artifice deck. So the fact that you get a cheap 1 spell to synergize with the thing, and it's still not it's not like you've got various Oricon decks. So then you go, okay, you get this little boy as
Little
what's his name
boy.
said in his I like that, in his reveal. But I'm like, cool, like I get to play something on the board that gives me 1, but I've paid 3 energy now for that. Like,
Yeah.
would you pay 3 energy for a 2/2/2? I mean, there's no way in hell anyone would pay 3. Okay,
No,
it's
no.
a 2/2/2 that gives you +1. Maybe you were like 1 away from a secret and you say it completes it, but then you don't get a secret activated immediately, so it still doesn't impact the board state immediately. You've then got to draw that secret. So, and then
That's
you've
true.
got so then it's like that RNG piece of, well, maybe you want that guy, but you can't because you've got units on the board, and so it's not like a choose. If it was like J and Zar, where it said choose to either give your troops 1/1 or get the intercessor, that would be better. But it's kind of like going to be dependent on the board state. The other thing I wanted to check, because honestly I didn't read this well enough, but the +1/1, is that a permanent buff?
I mean, by the way it's written, yes.
See, that's much better then. I mean, like if
Yeah.
it's a permanent buff, I mean, I don't think we're going to be playing a massive go wide board from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
But still a permanent +1/1. It's like a built-in chaplain effect, isn't it? It's from the Ultramarines. That is pretty good, I suppose.
Yeah, it's nice with flankers, like with the cheap flanking vehicles, so you can, if you need to pump them further to like clear something. I'm
But
kind of thinking
it's expensive, though, right?
it is. I'm sort of thinking about it in terms of like how Letharius operates, where it's like you're usually going to want to be drawing, but then there are certain kind of board states, especially with flankers, where it might make sense to get the permanent buff. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I think the definitely hearing you talk about Oricon, um, and how it's pretty narrowly used does make me think that like Azrael will probably have really strict kind of deck building rules to be the best that he can be. Like really leaning into either secrets, um, or I don't know, accumulating quest points or something like that.
And it's one of these things, isn't it? When we look at cards in a vacuum, we get all excited because we just read them. Then you have to remind yourself about how the game of Warpforge works. Now, let's imagine it's like turn 1, we're playing against Junith. They've already put the sister down. Next turn, we know the Guidance of the Saints is launching into a 5-drop, for fuck's sake, and we're like, what exactly have we actually done to affect the board here? I mean, if it's turn 1, we spend 2 energy. Well, we haven't got any troops. So we can't play the intercessor on turn 1, right? Because it costs 3 energy.
Yeah,
So
correct.
all we've done is an expensive Oricon on turn 1, which is to choose a card to put to the top of the deck, which does nothing to the board state, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, now it's turn 2. You've got a sister down. You need to attack, right? So you can't play agenda because you need to attack, and you know that the Guidance of the Saints coming and there's going to be a 5-drop drop in. What do? Do you spend your 3 energy to play an intercessor on the board? I mean, like,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to play a troop and get the Supreme Grandmaster to buff it. So when I start to like logically think through an actual game, this strikes me as, oh, it's turn 8 and we're already dominating the board, and isn't this wonderful? Look at all my tricks. It's like, yeah, well, how often does that? How are you going to get there? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
so I feel like this is a guy who you're probably going to need an early curve to get you there, right? Because you're not going to be doing any of this crap in the first couple of turns unless you're playing against another control deck and you can just sit back and agenda and not have
And
to
then you're
attack
going to
fine.
do well. Yeah. I think.
Then you'll do well in a control meta. But if you're up against a tempo, and let's be honest, 80% of Warpforge is tempo, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
I feel like you are going to need to play play your strong strong, stattered 2, 3, 4, your flankers. You're going to need all that just to get through the early game, and then maybe this guy starts to come online. So I'm thinking this guy's going to be played with a lot of early game. You're going to need like you're going to need units to compete in the early game if you run this card. Does that make sense?
It does. Everyone in chat is also, I think, agreeing with the assessment that it's like it's maybe the bigger thing about this card is like the permanent buff rather than the whole like intercessor synergy.
Yeah, and again, that's going to come. When are you going to get the? So say you've got a unit down, you've got a really good 3-drop or a really good 4-drop. Okay, you're going to spend 2 energy to get even a permanent buff. It's still expensive to spend. That's half of a chaplain. If you think about an ultramarine chaplain, it costs 4 energy, and the chaplain gives everything a permanent buff, right? So for an extra 2 energy, you get a chaplain body.
Yep.
Like, I mean,
and I don't like that card that much anyway. So.
Exactly, people complaining it's not that good. So, so how many units do you have to have down? Where spending 2 energy to do that, because it is only troops, not your warlord. How many units do you have to have down for that to be good value? Think about all the 2-drop stratagems in the game that are like, give flank and +1 this, give vanguard and plus no one plays any of that.
That's true.
So
That's true.
So all this is doing in my eyes is you're just falling behind on tempo, and it might be because I'm stuck battling for the top of the league at the minute in this season, and I'm dialed into like these tempo decks, and you can't miss a point of it. And I just feel like this guy's feeling really slow. But have you got Belial? Should we have a look at the other?
Yes. Warlord? Yeah. Let me put him up. So. Yeah, so the interesting. I mean, I was kind of my thought process. You might have heard it, BJ. Was like, when you play into Galaron, right? You're not really trying to like spoon feed him units to kill, and sort of like with Belial, having Slay on, draw the next troop in your deck. Obviously, you don't really want to put stuff on the board that can easily be cleared by the warlord. But obviously, at some point, you got to start playing stuff, and then you have to just make sure that the warlord is the one actually clearing to trigger the Slay ability. But I guess in a vacuum, this seems pretty annoying to play with, like or to play against.
This is a Warpforge card. This
Okay.
this is exciting. I think this guy is absolutely brilliant. I mean, so first of all, like the whole thing about the Slayer mechanic, you've got to kill something, but you can't be killed back. Well, I mean, there's no better Slayer than the Warlord then, right? Because if he's killed back, you've lost the game. So like that mechanic on a Warlord is phenomenal. How many times in a game are you able to kind of get a unit down to 2 and then finish it off with your Warlord? I mean, can you imagine playing Galen against this guy? You're never going to want to play your hero power or Nemesis just feeding me Slay targets. And basically, what I love about this is that unlike the one we just looked at, which I think the previous one doesn't fit with how Warpforge works. This guy fits absolutely with how Warpforge works because you're going to attack every turn to clear the board, to get ahead on tempo, and whilst you're doing that, you're getting a value advantage by drawing a card. No need to. I mean, I'm not saying you wouldn't play draw cards, but what I'm saying is this guy's a draw engine, right? He's without even spending any energy. It's like Swarmlord. It's that extra benefit you get without spending the energy, right? He's just drawing for free. Like Calgar, we've got to spend 2 energy every turn. He's just drawing whilst doing the thing that you want him to do anyway, which is help you dominate the board. Like, I think that is a phenomenal ability. And then let's have a look at this. 2 energy, ephemeral, give plus... Oh, that's it. So he's Gordrang with armor.
Yeah, Gordrang hitting for 4, taking 1.
I am loving this card, man. I'm loving this card because it's got so much going for it, right? Like you think about the control, he is. We just said the previous guy needs to spend. It reminds me of the Junith Erica comparison because the previous guy you're gonna have to play 2-drops, 3-drops galore. Belial doesn't need to play lots of 2 and 3-drops because he just goes, okay, I'll just kill whatever you play, and while you do that, I'm drawing cards without playing my own cards. So by the time we get to turn 4, we've got a clear board, and I'm 4 cards up on you.
Well, you have to destroy the troop to get the slay trigger.
But what
Right.
troop wouldn't he? What troop in turn 1 and 2 would you not destroy with 4 attack?
Well, you will. I just don't think your opponent will play into it like that. Like I don't think the game will play out that way. It's
Okay, so if he if
yeah.
he if he doesn't play any troops and we get to turn 4 and he's not played anything for me to slay, and I've built a control deck that has units that are in the deeper part of the curve, right, like 4E onwards, and you've just sat passively, brilliant, because my so-called weakness in a deck like that would be aggro. So
Yeah.
so now you're playing
Yeah.
into my game plan anyway. So I think this guy's going to be a phenomenal control warlord, and the other piece of it as well. I see. Ironically, I think everyone's looking at the legendary, going, "Oh yeah, he's the one that's going to draw the stratagems." I'm like, actually, I think Belial's going to be just as effective at drawing those stratagems, because what you're going to do is you're going to build your deck in a way that goes, "I want X amount of troops, nothing but good troops." And by
Yeah.
doing that, it's like the Grook effect. I'm thinning the deck so that I'm more likely to
Yeah.
draw the strats anyway. So I think this is I am super pumped to play Belial. I
That's
think this guy is phenomenal.
that's a good comparison. Yeah. I think because it's specifically troop. Yeah, with Gruck in mind and how I mean we've definitely talked about him and like where his strengths are, and I think that also sells me a little bit more. The only reason I'm a little hesitant is just because Slay is a bit more narrow than Strike. I do think that your opponent gets sort of the option to manage that however they want, which obviously you're putting them between a rock and a hard place, right? So they can't not develop
Yeah.
at times. They're going to have to at a certain point, or you're basically developing yourself or just smacking them for 4 and taking 1, which is like an insane trade. Um,
And
so
look at the
yeah,
cards you revealed, Tim. Like you revealed those flankers.
yes,
So
yes.
I mean, I was going to
We
ask you
go
what
over
you think to
those.
the armor on this guy's thing, because to me that says that not only is he like Gordrang able to clear things with 4 health, but it's the fact that the armor means you don't actually even take that much damage, so you can trade into bigger units. So say your opponent's got a Venom Crawler down, like a 6/6 with armor.
Yeah,
You can armor up, hit that thing in the face. You're still only losing 4 health against the Venom Crawler, and then your flanker, you bring on your Black Knight, for example. Black Knight trades, and then you finish it off with your
with
guy. That means you're able
Belial.
to tackle something that has 8 health
Yeah, it's pretty monster.
and draw the card that
It's
replaces
true.
the flanker. Like man,
Yeah,
I think this guy's super good, man. S tier.
yeah, yeah. This all makes sense to me. I think I'll be interested to see. BJ, do you have an impression so far of like where you would put the late game power level of Dark Angels?
Well, when we say late game, yes and no. So I think what we haven't seen at the minute is I don't think we've seen a ton of like what I'd call win cons outside of the secrets. Like, what are the win conditions? What are the big ways in which we end the game? I'm not sure we've seen that yet, and
Yeah, not
we haven't actually
quite.
seen a ton of late game units either.
Yeah.
I do think you revealed a 7-drop legendary, which I think looks really good.
Yes,
Um,
the biker squad. Yeah,
bring on the Black Knight, the entire biker gang.
that's
Yeah,
right.
that looks cool. That looks cool, and a really nice counter to things like Tau and Junith, maybe even like a nice counter to the Rhino. Like, go wide with units, and then you go,
Yeah,
okay, I'll hit you with a ton of Black Knights, which are bigger, and they're gonna win that trade. So that's very cool. But no, I don't have a sense yet. The biggest thing I would say, of course, about the late game is if your deck just keeps putting secrets in your deck,
yeah,
that is your late game.
yeah,
Like you just
yeah,
want the game to go on. That nothing's going to compete with a deck that sees like 8 of those secrets come out, right? Like, what's
yeah.
going to compete with that? Even June is not competing with that in the late game.
That's sort of what I'm kind of also thinking about. Is I do think that the secrets are essentially like your late game insurance, and so it'll be interesting to see between. So there's the chaplain on 3 that like allows you to pull a troop out of your deck, or is it a card or a troop? It's choose a card from your deck, put it into the top of your deck. So there's like deck manipulation with Chaplain, with Inner Circle. Um, I'm kind of curious just how these are all going to play out because you're only getting 3 options, right? And then you
Yeah.
can set up teleport or you can try and nab the secrets. I guess the question is, so who do you think is the best at accumulating secrets or like quest points? Would that
Well, I mean,
be your
yeah.
warlord?
Well, obviously, in terms of if the question is who's the best at, like, how do we put the most amount of secrets into our
Yeah,
deck?
yeah.
Then Asmodai is the best because
Asmodai,
obviously
yeah.
he is a warlord. He's there every turn, and he's basically able to affect that by 2 every turn if
Yep.
you want.
Yep.
The other warlords can't do that. So I would say Asmodai would have to be I can generate the most quest points. But whether that translates as being the most effective warlord in realizing secrets, because the best deck might not be who can put 10 secrets in the deck. The best deck might be who over the course of a game can play 3 secrets and win the game most consistently. And so you might not need to
Yeah.
put 10 in, and
Yeah.
that might be Belial. I for me, Belial is my favorite. And then I feel like Asmodai might be the second, but I'm not sure. Like, obviously, we're just looking at these now.
Yeah.
we need to play with this, and also that thought
Sure.
is not sexy, but we have to remember that 40 health can, when you're talking about decks that go late. We've learnt this with Gazgul. We've learnt this with Calgar and whatnot. That health matters, right? It's no good having all these
100%.
secrets if you in your deck if you get smashed in the face by a proper Killy Gordrang with 2 Wallbikers and Makari on turn 7. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you just got taken down for 20 damage in turn 7. It's
That's
like,
right.
well done, you've got loads of secrets in your deck. You know, it doesn't matter. So I think that's one of the challenges with the secret thing is, like, how heavy do you lean into it, and how do you balance just not losing the game? Because you've got to draw a lot of cards to realize them, haven't you? So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm really curious.
Me too, and I'm interested to see what some of the later game threats look like, whether they're vehicle synergies or just some other very very beefy troops. I mean, there's the legendary troop that does quite a lot on 4. There's some really good value packed into quite a few of these cards, and so maybe your deck builds are just like some good value units, some like efficient flankers. Like Black Knight might allow you to accumulate a little bit of quest. I think there are a few others. There's the 2-drop that can agenda for a quest as well. So I could see what you're saying, PJ. Of like, it's probably like going all in on secrets is probably not, or is not necessarily going to be the most effective route. It might be sort of that balance between if you put like 2 or 3 secrets over the course of a game, and you're doing pretty well in the game. It just means whenever you do hit that secret, like the 10% chance, you just win.
100%. And I want to ask you about the teleport thing in a minute, because I don't really know. I
haven't
got much opinion on that. But one thing I'll just say on that, what you just said, is that I think the bit that excites me about this whole quest thing, I think it's a better version of what they tried to do with Sisters, right? Because the point of Sisters was meant to be, they were a bit crap in the early game. You do this thing where you sacrifice attacking, which we've already said is a really bad thing in Warpforge generally. Like, you want to be the one proactive on the attack so that you can, especially when you've got melee and range, you want to maximize your best points of damage versus their worst points of damage. So you always want to be the one attacking, right, and being proactive. And so therefore, Prey puts you on the back foot just in terms of the trading. But what's meant to be is that the payoff is so good, right? Like, when you build the Faith, you get to play cards like Divine Intervention, which is a broken card, right? Like, you couldn't have a card like that in, say, Orcs, or Ultramarines, because it would be completely broken. But what I feel like with these guys is that it's gonna work better. You know, it's gonna work better than that with the idea of like secrets just being a one-off card that you can play.
Yeah.
Um, the only thing I will say is I do think that the RNG could be
Uh-huh.
really problematic, right? Because you could play against, I don't know, a player who's like bronze rank in draft, and they draw like that first secret they put in the deck. It goes to the top of the deck, and then they get it straight away. So that could be an issue. Anyway, I'm gonna have to jump actually.
Oh yeah. Do
It's
your
just come
thing, man.
back, but I'll catch you with you again soon, Tim.
Yeah, of course. See you in a bit.
All right, man. Speak to you in a bit.
Bye bye. And there you have it, folks. BJ laying out the cold hard logic, which I appreciate because I do think I get overexcited about stuff and I'm like, this has to be good. But it's all within context. I think we were so and I appreciate him coming through. I love talking through this stuff. It's you gotta have the collaboration because it really just helps you get better. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think now I'm a little off as real, but I'm definitely gonna obviously if I get him, I'm excited to try him. What I was gonna say to BJ, maybe he'll hop back in, but it sounded like he had some stuff to do for a little bit, and then I'm gonna hop off here probably a little after 3 my time, so that's like in an hour, because then BJ and I are recording Forge Clash, but we'll have that up I'm sure in a bit. Um, but he was gonna probably ask like, what do you think of teleport? Like, how good is that? Um, for are there any Magic players in chat who remember Miracle? I don't know if anyone was around for that part of Magic the Gathering's history, but it sort of reminds me of that because the way Miracle operated was you had a card that did something, but then if you drew it, like if that was your first draw for the turn, you could pay a different cost and it would do something like really, really powerful. This is not the same thing, obviously, but it's essentially rally that is conditionally based on you having played the troop the turn that you draw it. I think teleport is interesting, right? So there's the RNG component, right? You might start with teleport cards in your hands, then you definitely want to mulligan them back unless you really want them. And I think teleport really only matters if the teleport ability is good, right? So it's sort of like when you had Magic cards with Miracle, you really only wanted to play the card if A, the card itself was good, no matter if it was Miracle or not, or in this case, Teleport or not. And also, if you did teleport it or Miracle it had a noticeable impact on the game. So my sort of feeling is that these teleport abilities seem like, well, let's look at this guy, Deathwing Strike Master. Just pretty decent stats all around. It not having Vanguard is definitely like a little not. It's not great because you would love for this to protect you. And then its teleportability is pretty good, right? Give +1/+1 and +1 health to all your units. And even if you just slam this, it's going to be a really huge stat stick. But it also heals your Warlord 1. Oh yeah, it gives it to your Warlord as well, right? Because it's not for the turn. This looks like permanent. That's a pretty big buff, right? So I think teleport is kind of like it's the icing on the cake. But hopefully it's icing that makes the whole cake worth it, I guess, is the way of saying it. Like, you want the teleport to not be obviously, that's the ceiling of the card. So you also want the floor of the card to be good. But also combined, you really want something impressive, I guess, is how I'm thinking about it. That's sort of like my condensed thoughts on it. Since portals. Exactly, Mineral. Yeah, you guys understand. So teleport, I mean, we haven't seen a ton, right? I think is it just Strike Master that has teleport? I don't know if there were any other teleport cards. Like, he references teleportability, but in Slay. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any other teleport cards that have been revealed. But yeah, I think it's sort of like icing on the cake, and definitely BJ sold me on Belial. This this does seem tough, right? Like turn one, you bash for 4 and take one is already just like slay. And then they're gonna develop at some point. I think you want to find a way of denying Belial. I think it is hard to though. You put your opponent in a pretty rough spot, and then you're just drawing extra troops. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting. I really want to play this card, but I have to play this other card. Yeah, that'll be an interesting dynamic, Squirrels. Yeah, because that is true. You're going to play your teleport card over anything else. Right, and then we also have Deathwing Assault, which gives this big buff and triggers teleport abilities. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about teleport yet. We'll kind of have to see how fleshed out that mechanic is. I think it's kind of like a bonus to the deck manipulation stuff of secrets. Like I don't know if a ton of cards will have teleport. Seems like it's kind of like a like a very sort of uh kind of thrown in there, but I guess we'll see. Well, anyway, spent spent a lot of time having some fun talking about Dark Angels. But let me get a couple more games in before I log out here today. Switch on over. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff. Any bets if they kept the broken stuff under wraps? I don't know. So we've all revealed somewhere in the ballpark of 5 to 6 cards, right? And I think there's a lot we haven't seen, I'm pretty sure. So I think that like we get some previews today, and then there's going to be a lot to pour through tomorrow. But I think the core is there. For the faction. I feel like they're gonna be fairly good on release. But I think the big question, because they tend to skew towards the late game, is do they have a late game that can really compete with some of these other factions? Which is why I asked BJ that question. Azzy to Bobcat. Almost certain they will be some sort of card that either creates a secret or draws one from your deck. Yeah, I would imagine there will be, right? And then probably, unless you're really not caring about questing, I feel like you're gonna want to draw that secret. Those secrets do be strong. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be pretty hype about. This feels, it's kind of what I felt like with Gene Stealers with Sabotage. Like, you can see how it could be very good, but I think Secrets, like BJ was saying, I think it's going to be more incidental value than like intentionally going all in. All right, Possessed Marine's not going to be terribly helpful, but it will clear Stealthers if they try to develop. Bringer Decay, Apostle. Yeah, I guess I'll keep. Sweet. Start at 3 energy. That's better. But yeah, thanks for hanging out for a short stream today. I'm glad we got to chat with BJ for a little bit and talk about some of the new cards. And we're just going to chill. Gonna hit me for 4. All right. Oh man, I was hoping to develop something here, but it's okay. feel like this is not a good matchup for us. Alright, well, we can do something with that. Where were you last turn, buddy? Alright, I think I'm just going to deny this stone, get this off the board. Yeah, I'm excited for Dark Angels. I will not be around tomorrow, but definitely Friday. I'm going to try and do an early stream. That should be fun. I was tempted to chuck out Dark Apostle here just to have a big threat that they have to deal with. It's definitely going to get cleared no matter what. And then I could combine these later. I just don't think we're really in a position to do that. I could play Chosen, I could play Bringer, but I'd rather combo Bringer than this. So this is potentially 8. Could also just play out Chosen. I think I'm going to just do this. I kind of have to feed them a unit here because I can't not develop, and I guess that's the worst unit to give them. Yeah, BJ was definitely hype, which is always awesome to hear. Hey, Replicate, how are you? I'm doing a short stream before I do another video later. Look, Replicate's been streaming and playing. They're active with PoE too. Just gonna punch this for 4 and clear. That's. I think I can accept that. And then if they develop something else, we'll Helldrake. Yeah. And that feels pretty good. Deny a stone. And now we'll see what they develop. Oh, that's right, because Replicate was playing Rivals too. Forgot. Hit for 4. Da-da-da. Okie dokie. Definitely want to kill that. Taking 5 is not great, but I truly don't have another way to do this. So I think we just got to bite the bullet a little bit here. I was hoping for a different one. Alright, that's something, I guess. I'm wondering if DA is going to be strong and bust. Yeah, I mean, Sisters were not busted until fairly recently. On release, they were abysmally bad. So it'll be... I can't tell if that's... It feels like they're stronger than the release for Sisters. Like, it seems like they have a better... They've got better setup. Well, we're in a pretty scary position. We just gotta slam some stuff and hope it works out, I think. Yeah, BJ's saying way stronger than Sisters on release. I agree. It seems like they have better support for what they're trying to do. Yeah, Madrakun. Yes, that's true, but for multiple seasons that was not the case. Junith was actually the worst warlord for multiple seasons. So, oh, this is pretty horrendous. Oh. So I could do this. That's probably what I need to do. And hope that somehow we're not dead. But I think we're basically dead. Because I need these to clear these. So I think I just have to do this. Which sucks. But we gained 2 health here. Yeah, Junith went from literally worst to best. Yeah. Oh, hey, Hunter. How are you? Yeah, I think this one's pretty over. Just look at our hand. Look at our hand. I can't do anything. It's ranged units. RIP. We're saying good stuff. What is your favorite card shown? Which do you think is flat out most OP? Well, I gotta say, BJ talked me up on Belial, the Epic Warlord, being just probably an absolute powerhouse. My favorite card? What is my favorite card so far? I was pretty hyped for the Legendary Warlord, but now I'm a little not sure. What else did I like? I'm trying to think. I mean, I like the Dark Knight legendary card. Like the Black Knight one that makes a bunch of bikers. That one seems really sick. Yes, the 4-cost legendary is good too. 5/5 armor. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Madrakun. I think that is pretty sick. Alright, well, generally these are pretty good. This is a good setup later. But I think I'll toss these back, okay, sure. And then, yeah, I'm just going to take Hellfire. Yeah, Blade Guard is pretty sick too. I do like. Okay, that's an interesting play. I don't know if they realized I could just kill that, but yeah, Inner Circle is looking pretty good too. I feel like cost reduction, it's 1. Replaces itself very easily. How do I want to play this? This is quite annoying. So I definitely don't want them to pray. So I think that's what I need to do. And I think I just toss out Galaron's champion. Because I could do some nonsense to clear this, but it's gonna. I think it's sort of a waste. Okay, there's the relic. Hits that. Hits me. Hits that. Okay. Sure. So I'm just gonna. Oh, you know what? Just get this going. Since we're not under any pressure and we don't even have to stop them from praying. And then we'll go from there. Asriel trades Asmodee's quest value for more flexibility. Might be really awesome with teleport units. Yeah, that's a good point, Bobcat. He seems cool. He definitely seems cool. So we'll see in practice how good that ends up being. There, well, play out Leo. Stop the faith. Yeah, rare war. Yeah, Asmodee. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so far things are looking pretty good for them, I feel like. Okay, so we can clear this pretty easily. Question is, how do I want to do it? Yeah, I think we're just gonna do this. Stop the prey. Clear this. Get the work. Got some powerful stuff coming up. We're not terribly low on life, so that's good. Yeah, all the warlords do look pretty viable. I would agree with that. Which is a good thing. When you look at warlords and you're like, yes, I would be excited to play that. That's generally good. Okay. That's more than fine. Now how would I like to do this? I think I'm just tossing out Venom Crawler here. I could Dark Oratory and try and guarantee that this doesn't get picked off somehow. But I can also do that later. Because I'd rather use Oratory when I can get a little bit more bang for my buck. Hey, KF, what's going on, buddy? Alright, so they get to stun this, which does suck. But I'm glad this didn't flank in to kill it immediately. Okay, so I can peel that off and then it will take 1. Or it'll take 2. And then I can clear it with this and this. So if I play Venom Crawler Part 2, that lets me do everything. Yeah, so do take a little bit of damage. Oh, that's not how that works? I don't think I can afford to take 5 here, unfortunately. But then that means these are all going to be kind of low. Well, we're gonna get some marks out of it, so I think it's probably worth it. We'll give them regen. I think I'm gonna hit here. Trying to put out pressure. How do I like Dark Angels? I think they're looking pretty good. I gotta say. Okay, that sucks. Now I wish I had camoed. But oh, we get an attack here though. Hold on. Hold on. I mean, that's pretty huge. 8, 9, 10. Man, if they have the board wipe, that's going to be really awful for us. But I think that's just how it is. So I think go here. We'll go here. Give this more. Just gotta play into this, unfortunately. If they've got intervention, they've got it. They need to hit 8 first, though. Yeah, Dimitrian is the code for the Ultramarine packs if you've not gotten that yet. But yeah, I think Dark Angels are looking pretty solid. I'm pretty excited about them. They seem like they've got some fun stuff going on. Like, RNG is a mixed bag. Sometimes it feels awful. Sometimes it feels great as a player. And, you know, it depends on who's having the most fun with it. But I'm kind of hyped for it. Okay, we get the marks somewhere. Okay. Divine Intervention here. And then they can pick this off. That's fine. I wish I could do something with this Possessed Champion, though. Mineral, you know, after that, after that, I got the win, which was, like, incredible. Alright, well. See you later, buddy. Oh, didn't even have to attack. Nice. Yeah, I mean, the campaign pre-sale, like, if you're into it, that is just the best deal. And, yeah. So, I also got a pre-sale, but I did go for the big boy one because I'm really excited to do some content with them. All right, what time is it? Probably got time for 1 or 2 more games. I kind of want to play my Titus deck for a little bit. Play some Titus. Yeah, Mineral and I, we did a little draft because we were trying to get more skulls for our alliance, and it did not. We actually started off, I think, 3-0, and then we lost 3 in a row. just a little bit depressing. Okay, nice. Take High Factory. The auto attack did it. A lot of Erica. I mean, she's great. She is very strong. Of course, the season that sisters are really good. I don't really want to play them. I probably should, but I have a busy next couple weeks, unfortunately, so I don't know how much I'm going to get to play this season. But that's okay. I'll do what I can. Okay, do we have the prey? No, good. I swear, whenever Erica has the prayer start, it's so tough. I think I'm down to just heal 1 and hit. Could draw there, but yeah. What'd she do? Just the same thing. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing as well. For Tim and Harry, old folks home gathering this. I guess that is true. They have a little advantage there. All right, just gonna beat and play the honor guard. Yeah, BJ is always really nice. Like when we chat, offline about decks and stuff. I feel like BJ is very generous with like, what's good, what's not. Especially when I don't have as much opportunity to play. It is really really nice. I kind of want to just go off here. I'm not gonna lie. So I think before we do that, so I really want to build as much pressure as I can here. I think that's worthwhile. Do I want to draw or do I want to hit? I think I just want to draw here. Okay, great. And then I'm still going to hit for 2. And I always have to remember the codex doesn't happen unless this card completes it. So, lack of data, it's only possible. Yeah, that's how I feel, BJ. I'm always down to share as much as I can be helpful. Because yeah, we would want like I will often see players like really suffering with the game at times, and if there's anything that sort of helps their play experience, like that's what I want to be doing. All right, well, this is going to kind of full clear our board, but we've got fine follow up. Yeah, so that's 2, and then proc, and then proc again, right? The upside is they're taking damage as well. So, all right. Oh, let's just get in there. And we'll play our honor guard. Chipping away. Hopefully we can assault doctrine this next turn before we start getting turbo stunned. This is probably one of the worst matchups, so it is what it is. Okay, Sacred Rose, yeah, it's pretty good. Get the full buffs. Yep. The good thing is I can kind of ignore the sisters. I'm pretty much just going to go for face damage as much as I can. Alright, so they take 4. We're just whacking here. Okay. Well, I think I just take the 2 and then reapply the shields. What are my other options? I can let's see. So I can Doctrine giving myself Blast here. No, I don't think it's worth wasting time for that. Draws us another card. Okay, Calcius is a good draw too when we're trying to hit face. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, Molly's pretty good. Yeah. Yep. Now we're stunned for ever. But we're just going to go with face damage and hope we can get there. This is pretty rough, though. Gotta say. So I could go Reaver. And, like, blast out here. It's only blast 3, though. This is a really tough spot to be in. Can also Doctrine just to, like, heal and armor up, but that's basically passing my turn. I mean, my win condition is probably Calcius here, so... And I want to be able to play him potentially next turn. I don't know. I really don't know what's the best route here. Alright, I think I'm going to do this. It's not great, but I'm kind of holding Calcius because I sort of hope I can hit Tactical Insight, but this is pretty tough. Hey, Domber, how are you? Yeah, I mean this is just any stun warlord. This is why Titus can't really play the game. He's so good into anything else that doesn't stun. I really feel like he does pretty well, but yeah, I think also if you're at this point in the game against sisters and they're not basically dead, it's not going to go well for you. So. Okay, well, what can I do here? I think just try and burn face. We'll do that. We'll give them something to hit. And then, I don't know. We'll just try and stick something. Yeah, BJ's been crushing it on ladder. I really was hoping to play more. I don't think it's going to work out this season for me, but I'm happy he's really just killing it. Oh, that's an incredibly big problem. All right, well. Just gonna hope that I'm probably gonna have to Humanity Shield next turn. Yep. Okay, that's nice. That's not bad. Question is, am I dead next turn? Um, and I need to hit to reduce their life total. So I think we're killing this. And then I think we're hitting here. And then I think we are point blank. Is that going to drop them in range? It might. It might. So they go to 8. They can go up to 9. If I draw attack insight, that's 6. Plus 2 is 8. That's not going to be enough. I don't think. I think I have to risk one more turn. And just heal up and hope I don't die here. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, they don't need much to kill me here, but I think the number doesn't work if I go for that win. I think we have to greed to try and get this. Alright, well that's even more of a problem. But we're not dead, so maybe we can somehow get there. This is where you wish you were Uriel instead. Yeah, I mean, Erica is just all, like, in a vacuum pretty good, but into any combat-based warlord, she should win every time. That's pretty much the deal. Alright, so 6 plus 5. That's still not anywhere close to us winning the game. But so I can wait and try and get the attack insight another turn. That's probably correct. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking. Please let me think, because I'm in such a terrible position. I would appreciate it. I could shoot one here and try and draw a card. That's probably worthwhile. Okay. Oh. Alright, well, that's what I got. It's not much. Hey, Evelyn. Dark Angels do look like they'll be fun. I agree. They've got a lot going on. So what would have to happen? We'd have to, I don't even know if there's any combination of cards. It'd be like Tack Insight plus Death from Above, but even then I don't think that works. Because Tack Insight costs 1, so. Yeah. Yep. If we had gotten to hit them once with Assault Doctrine, I think we actually could have gotten there. But, yeah, now she gets 2 armor. Draw another card. Yeah, I think they got to do something about Rhino. And I still think the faith requirements for the warlords are a little too low for stun, at least. I would like to see it at maybe like 7, because it really feels awful to play into. So this does 4 damage. Obviously, that's not enough. So, yeah. But there are always counter matchups, and it is what it is, you know. All right, let's try. What time do we have? I think I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more games, and then I'll head out. But for anyone who missed it, I'll have the YouTube of the stream. Obviously, you can watch the VOD on Twitch. But BJ came in and we did a bit of chatting about the new cards, which was fun. So for those who joined later, feel free to to check that out. I'm gonna pitch all of this back. Okay. Yeah, stun through invulnerable. Yeah, that's another thing that's like kind of unfortunate.
The Emperor's chosen. The galaxy will always find new ways to test you.
Yeah, I think stun being 8 is pretty reasonable. And could draw 2 now. Could also hit back. Yeah, I'll draw 2. Okay, well, having shield in our hand is pretty sick for this matchup. Yeah, I actually really like playing Titus. It's just, it sucks to play into the top 2 decks, which to me, or 2 of the top 2 decks, because I think a lot of people are saying that Junith is actually the best. Yeah, they're gonna get the blast back, which kind of sucks here, doesn't it? Could have gone for the 50-50 on Sternguard. Might have been better. But yeah, just when Jane and Erica are just excellent decks, it's just like you really can't play Warlords like this, unfortunately. Doctrine. Doctrine's cool. Yeah, I think we'll just do the same deal. Could heal more, but I think we'll just go for this. Alright. Drawn a lot of cards, but we're down health, which is obviously not good. Oh god, I overdrew. That's so awful. Oh no. Alright, well. I think I'm just gonna go. Oh, the Doctrine might just be terrible, right? That's unfortunate. But I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, 3 points to get a secret. For Asmodai, that's not going to be hard at all because he's probably going to get 4 within the first 2 turns, which is pretty dang good. All right, well, this is pretty scary, especially with that coming in. Yep. Okay. How do I want to do this?
Taking cover. Enemies in range.
So it could easily be dead here. But I'm already so far behind. I guess I should have thought about it a little bit. But if I'm dead, I'm dead. Yeah, Avlane, we were talking about him. Oh, we're definitely dead. Oh no, we're not quite dead. We got a 1. Okay. 1 ain't dead. Alrighty. So how do we do this? Is it possible? So we don't care about stunning. We do want to hit them for 3. And we do have to play this. So that's 4. Essentially got 3 to work with. But we can Codex back to ramp to death from above, and then try and get it next turn. Yeah, so then we should just heal up as much as we can. Bring them to 9. And then we ramp. Hit them with that. See what happens. Yeah, that's... Man, now I wish I had the tack insight, but it wouldn't work anyway. It's 2 plus 3 is 5. 3, they go down to 4. I think I'm just dead. So the most I can deal is 6. Yeah, pretty much dead to anything, but yeah, okay.
Death is the luxury of mortals.
Unlucky. Let's see if we can get one more. Gorging. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I don't think Reaver's terribly important. Let's do this. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Yeah, now I really want to open the Epic Warlord, Belial. That's BJ super sold me on that. It does seem a bit too strong. Asmodai or Azrael, yeah. I mean, they're all pretty exciting, I gotta say. All right, well, take our damage here. Obviously, they can clear, but it's their whole turn. Then what am I doing next turn? I might just dump a Death from Above. It's probably a little bit better to use my ability, though. Okay, perfect. Prefer to do that. Yeah, I'm excited to face off against BJ in Forge Clash right after this. Maybe sometime we'll do like a live version of it. That could be really fun. It's going to be a nice blast. Good positioning by them. So actually, I think we'll just go for the Storm Raven. Save ourselves some health. GG's Russian. Yeah, you got me, man. So close. Such a close game. Campman and armor. Okay. Yeah. It's a little annoying. Yeah, still get the blast going. Hit there. Sure, we'll clear this one. Yeah, I do like the legendary guy, I will say. He seems really interesting to me. Spinner, artist nails. Okay. I think probably just run out librarian.
Knowledge is my blade, wisdom my bullet.
Got a lot of 5s in our hand. That's kind of awkward. But Squig Buggy. Oh, that was that was pretty nice. Oh, can blow up everything pretty easily. This should die. Question is, do I want to risk it? I really shouldn't, so I'm not going to. Heal up a little bit. Hit here. 0? Come on. Choppa. Boy, yeah, that's pretty good. Evens up the life total. Oh, I definitely just want to stun. Try and burn him down a little bit. Trading 2 for 1 here is pretty sketchy. I do want to close out the game, but they have so much healing that I think that trade's just bad. Yeah, gain 1. No mucking. And attack Squig. Wow, this is... We can't Codex unless we do this, and then I think we just might die. I mean, we're not dead necessarily. All they need is Propakili plus their ability, right? No, it's not. That's not lethal. Right, I think I just gotta fire this off. Hope we're not dead, and hope we can get there. If they have War Biker plus Propakili, we're dead. But I think if we just go like Impulse or Heal there, that's gonna make our next turn so bad. So yeah. Close, tough games, man. Okay, yep. Heal 1. Storm Boy to trade. Smack me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, we're so close. We're actually so close. So we need to do this first. We need to heal ourselves for sure. Go up to 9. We're dead to proper killing now, but so I can deal 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just not enough. So we'll just Codex. Hope we don't die. That's all we got. Yep, they heal 2. Scarboy. Alright. You just have me dead with that, don't you? Yeah, okay. I don't think we need to play the other cards, but sure. Alright, I think I got time for one more. We're on an epic losing streak with Titus. Yikes. Can we get a slow deck? Nope. Okay, we're just going to play against other aggro decks. Oh, man. Just ship those back. Okay. This is interesting. I think I'll take Thunderstorm.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Swords of Calth, with me!
Swords of Calth. I think this matchup is... It can obviously go either way, but I think we're advantaged a bit. Unless we get stunned. And then it's all over. As per usual.
We are sons of Gela.
Yep, that's fine. Just gonna go for the blast here. Keep up the tempo. I really don't like Firstborn. I've really come off that as a 2-drop. I think I'd rather play Reavers and the draw spell on point blank. I think they have more utility. You can get the high roll with Firstborn. It's pretty damn good. But it's just not likely to happen, you know. Yeah, just keep on plugging away. I'm going to play this Reaver out as a tempo play. Because it soaks 2 energy from their turn. And then I can just slam my Judiciary next turn. So I think this is fine. Oh, let me check. Yeah, Mineral, are you asking if you did the command? I am not sure. I can also add it. Oh, they just traded those. Okay, that's weird. They got their stun, huh? No, that doesn't work. So I think... Yeah, I'm just going to drop this. See where the stun goes. Just kind of hoping to flip it there. I think I just keep this because Oh, right, I can't hit through that. But I also don't want them to get to Calcius. So yeah, I think we chill. It's kind of weird. Like, obviously trading with this would be fine, but if they can't get to Calcius, it's huge for us. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks, Mineral. So, Mineral, that's the Forge that's the Forge Cast episode where they just talk about how to Junith. Okay, sick. I don't know if I've actually listened to that one. Okay, stun there again. Okay, this Storm Riven's going to be really nice. And they can't, in fact, get to the Calcius, so that is pretty sick. Yeah, I was going to say, might as well. But yeah, this is just perfect. Put them to 6. I mean, this is just nuts. Nice. We're gonna win before I log off. Hopefully I'll do better against BJ. We'll see. But BJ's playing like what I would say are two of the better meta decks with Junith and which people are already above 4K with Junith and Jane. And then the other one is... Oh, Gordrang. Yeah, Gordrang mid-range. Alright, my friend. G to the G. Rare. Get you with the chainsaw. Okie dokie. Alright, folks. I'm gonna get going. Do some recording with BJ. And I'm sure that video will be out sometime this week. Don't trash talk me too hard. So we're not gonna stream it. I think at some point that would be really fun though. I think we should. Maybe we'll talk about that. But basically, like Ecclesiarch and BJ used to do Forge Clash, Ecclesiarch has just been, dealing with the stuff in Georgia, and is coming back. Like, has been more active now. But BJ was like, well, do you want to try doing it? So I was really happy to try it. So we're basically just going to square off. We each have 3 decks. We're going to play them against each other. Whoever gets a win with each warlord, wins the Forge Clash. So we're going to record that literally as I get off here. And then we'll have that up, sometime this week, which should be pretty fun. So, yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. It was good to see some familiar faces, some new folks getting ready for the Dark Angels. I will not be seeing you guys tomorrow, but I'm really going to try to do a morning stream on Friday. So that'll be early my time. So, somewhere afternoon-ish for EU and sort of east of me. So we'll see. Can we call the Dark Angels goblins? Yeah, I could take that because they're green. But thanks everybody for hanging out. I appreciate it. And if you want to catch any of the just card review stuff we were talking about with BJ, it'll go up on YouTube, and feel free to follow things there, or obviously you can watch the VOD here on Twitch for the time that it's here. But everybody take care. Thanks for hanging, and I'll hopefully catch you guys Friday. But best of luck with all the Dark Angel stuff. I think it's really, really exciting. Catch you guys then. Bye-bye.